Alright, what's up out there, Internet? It's Doc here, and this was part 3 of DC Universe Online. And we are going to start off here in the little beginning area, which is just kind of real basic stuff.
The ship knows you're free. Watch out!
Where you're by yourself, there's no one else in this area but me, and I pretty much just fight through a bunch of enemies, and I'll hit, I think, level 3 by the end of this, and then we'll be out in the world to do stuff out there. Oh, that's cool. It looks like martial arts gives me, like, shurikens or something to throw. I was kind of concerned that I wasn't going to have any range attacks aside from my super attacks, which use up energy. So I don't like to be without the possibility of something ranged, or without the possibility of something melee. Like if I had selected rifle or pistols or whatever, I haven't used those, but I'm assuming that they probably have some kind of melee, but you know, at the same time, I'm a little concerned that they may not.
Charging. Overload. Slam.
So I've played some other MMOs here and there. I played World of Warcraft for a little while, and I just kind of got bored of it. My biggest problem with it, which I don't know how it is now, but at the time I was playing it, the combat was like Dragon Age Origins and stuff of that nature, where you just select an enemy and hit attack or whatever spell you want to use. And then your character attacks until one of you is dead, and then you move along to the next area, which, you know, kind of bores me. But this actually plays like an action game, where I'm actually hitting X and Y, or I guess square and triangle. Sorry, used to the Xbox there. I'm actually hitting square and triangle to perform attacks rather than just clicking a mouse button. So we have hit level 2 and have a PowerPoint to spend here. And I've used gadgets a little bit. We're going to buy a taser pole. It's probably the best first tier power that you can use. At least in my opinion, I prefer it better than whatever the other one is. I don't even remember the name. We've gotten some gear. Let me go over here and lock these. So what I'm doing right now is I'm locking all of my my gear aside from the primary weapon. I leave that one unlocked. So every time I equip something new, I'll receive the benefits from it, which, you know, is good, like plus to defense or whatever the benefit is. Like this gives me 18 defense, but it doesn't change the actual appearance of my character. So if I like whatever look I've got going on, you know, if I decide to change the look later on with items that I've found and equip those, then the look will change. Otherwise, it'll stay the same.
Brainiac, you have to keep moving.
Which I kind of like, because, you know, part of being a superhero or villain is having an iconic look. And you don't want that to change or not change, and lose the benefits of whatever stuff that you've collected. I'll hit them with the power move here. And I can collect all the stuff that enemies drop by tapping L2 and R2 at the same time. Anything that's nearby that I can pick up will just automatically float over to me. So I don't actually have to go up to dead bodies and say loot this or anything like that. So gadgets
There's a high security nexus
has
up
a
ahead.
role
Get through and use
that
the
you will
transport tube.
fulfill after you hit level 10. You can choose to be either the damage roll, which is what it starts out at up until level 10, or the control roll, which is similar to if you pick one of the healing classes, you'll either go damage roll or healing roll. If you're one of the tank powers, damage or tank roll. And the control roll is actually fairly simple. It pretty much is most of my powers will have some kind of damage associated with them, and then they'll also have some kind of stun effect. The enemy will be stunned for a certain amount of time, or it'll hit multiple enemies at the same time, just something of that nature. And the control roll, if I'm using that, then whatever attack will do its main damage effects, and in addition to providing some sort of benefit to the entire team, such as restoring power or stunning enemies longer.
All units move into
And so my job pretty much in instances and raids and whatnot, anything where I would be partied up, is pretty much just to keep everybody together. Keep all the enemies from being able to attack. Which is really not that hard. And if you don't pull it off, you know, most people won't even realize it, so you don't run into those situations where people are, hey, why the hell did you stun that guy or whatever. Whereas if you were a healer, you know, there's a lot of pressure to keep people healed up, and I don't know, none of the healing powers really jumped out at me, and I didn't particularly care for any of them. I don't know what the hell that is that I can't run through. With this, I have the option to do damage, and if I'm running solo and there's large groups of enemies, then I have the option to just stun them, and they're much easier to deal with
the ship
on my
is
own
sending more security your way.
than they would be otherwise. Pick up this object and throw it at this jackass, or those two guys right in front of me. Where the hell did he go? There he is. Get over here. It's almost like the scorpion thing. I kind of like that. So now level 3, and I've received a skill point, which I can put into weapons or movement. But movement, I can't start putting anything in there until level 9, which kind of sucks because it allows you to move faster with your movement ability enabled than you would otherwise. So I just buy a random martial arts ability. This gives me another ranged option where it'll launch a large shuriken. But I think it can be interrupted, which kind of sucks.
Oh. Uh-oh. These energy readings. Brainiac has a full invasion force stored on this ship. We have to destroy it.
So we will move on along.
Activity detected nearby.
So right there I was stunned, and I had to hit R1, which breaks me out of the stun effect. And that can be used on pretty much anything. If you get launched into the air, you can use it. If I'm not sure what else. Launched into the air, stunned, knocked down, any sort of stuff like that. You just press R1 and you're good to go. break that thing to move along. I have no idea what it was, though. It didn't really
Damage to this
specify. It
vessel
just said
continues to mount.
that I had to break it, more or less.
The SCV.
There's some more douchebags here. Right now I can only stun a single enemy, which kind of sucks. One complaint I have in the game, there's not many, it's a pretty sweet game, I really like it. The one thing that bothers me is the targeting system from time to time can be a little sketchy. Like there was a couple times there where I was trying to hit an enemy with the power attack, but instead I was hitting one of these barrels somewhere in the room. And that's just the fault of the targeting system. There's not really much I can do about it. You can lock your target, but it doesn't always lock onto the one that you want to attack either.
Destroy it, and the ship's external defense network will go down. Then the League can get in and get you out of there.
These guys all go down pretty quick right here at the beginning. I just did 189 damage to somebody, which seems extremely high.
The prime weapon control room. Damage to the power couplings will destabilize the ship.
Picked up another item to equip here. Alright. So down on the bottom you can see the hotbar, and it's broken up into L2 and R2. So L2 and any of the 4 face buttons will do something, and R2 and any of the face buttons will do stuff. One of them, R2 and square, or no, R2 and circle, is limited to consumable items such as health pickups. R2 and X is limited to trinkets, which I'm assuming are some kind of item that I have not found any. I had one that came with the game, but I could only use it on the first character that I created. And I usually forget it's there and don't even use it anyway. So I'm not too worried about it. And then the other 6 of them are for your abilities. So right now the one ability that I've been able to unlock so far is mapped to L2 and square. It's not a bad system. I would like to have more hotbar options, just because you end up with a lot of abilities that you can't fit on the hotbar, and so therefore never really use much, which is, you know, kind of a bummer, but you know, it's not that bad, I guess. It could be a lot worse. The game plays surprisingly well on the console. From what I understand, most people that are playing it on PC are using an Xbox controller or some sort of gamepad rather than the keyboard and mouse, which is kind of understandable. I mean, the whole concept of a hack and slash thing on the PC doesn't seem like something I'd really want to get into either. That just seems like it was made for a controller. I don't know why I didn't use the breakout on that a lot sooner. So I missed my opportunity to get some good strikes in on him while he was recharging there, which is a little disappointing.
No, this one has failed. Powering down.
Superman, get
so now
ready.
Superman should come in here and
Foolish human. You
help me
have
clean him
doomed
up.
yourself. You will go down with this ship.
Think again, Brainiac. You can't take out the both of us. We're not leaving until we shut this shit off.
So maybe we just fight some of these guys with Superman in the fray. And then eventually they'll all die or disappear, one, and we'll move along to exiting the ship and be in Gotham City. I started in Gotham since I chose Batman as the mentor. If I had chosen Superman or Wonder Woman, then we'd be starting in Metropolis. And it's always nighttime in Gotham and always daytime in Metropolis, which I don't understand why they didn't put a day and night cycle in both cities, but, you know, whatever. I guess you never really see Gotham in movies and comics and cartoons and whatnot during the day much anyway. These guys are running around way too much. And I can't use my power for some reason. I don't know why that is. It doesn't look like it's recharging, it's just blanked out. I think that might be a glitch, actually. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. So something crazy is going on here, and it's not cooperating.
Keep fighting. The network doesn't want to let me in.
The ship has been compromised. All units must deploy my remaining forces to Earth.
Yeah, it's doing things like much later.
Nice
and it
work.
won't let me talk to this guy.
Brainiac
There
wasn't
he
counting
is.
on you breaking free and disabling his ship. Now use the teleporter.
There's a
to
few
get yourself
bugs
back
here
to
and
the
there
city.
still.
We've got work to do.
I've been filing bug reports whenever I come across one.
Yes, it's done. Superman will
But
finish
overall,
here.
the game
Use the teleporter
is
to
pretty
escape.
playable.
Go!
And all this stuff, I'm assuming, should be fixed, you know, if I'm paying 15 bucks a month to play the damn thing. So we should get another cutscene here.
Our every tactic failed. Brainiac came to Earth to destroy it. And he was winning. Then, a dying version of Earth's greatest villain brought us a weapon from the future, stolen from Brainiac himself. New heroes to withstand Brainiac. And new villains to exploit the madness. I will train these heroes to fight the sick chaos of the Joker and the evils that face us all. I am Batman, and the battle has only begun.
So now we head out to Gotham. After a loading screen. So that was much longer than I anticipated it
Now
being.
that you're off the ship, I'm
And
Oracle. You've
we're
just
going to
teleported into
pick up
Gotham's
the rest of
9th
this
precinct station, one of the many
from
Justice
here.
League safe houses we keep in
And that will
Gotham
be
and
part
Metropolis.
3 and part
How about I show you
3.5.
around? Safe houses are where you'll find contacts for
So
missions,
thanks for watching this,
mailboxes,
and
vendors,
we'll pick
and
up from
teleport
here
into
and
the
go and
Justice
do
League
some missions
watchtower.
and check out the city and probably get our ass kicked by some villains and whatnot in the next episode. Stay tuned.